on time. So I somehow didn't charge my microphone, so
So Nick may sound far off into the distance.
if it goes away, sorry.
Oh, so you sound fine right now.
I sound fine right now.
For now.
For now.
So first things first, we're going to try to keep this under.
No, we're not going to try.
We're going to keep this at 30 minutes.
So I'm going to go set an alarm right now.
Oh, where?
Right here.
On the computer. As you guys know, we tend to go for like 2 hours, which is kind of ridiculous. So, and eats into our day of making stuff and getting stuff done. So 30 minutes is the goal of today. It's what we're doing.
Very committed she is. 30 minutes is maybe going to happen.
Sorry.
I think that does a couple things. That helps us condense some of the things we're talking about. It gets people to jump on with us at the beginning. We can ask all the questions, get everything.
Yeah. And if you guys want to watch it back later,
it's not like a slog.
It's not like yeah, exactly. Let's get through like 3 hours of me BSing for whatever. Okay.
So it is order week.
Yes. Oh
Ta-da!
yeah. It's order week.
So Happy New Year, I guess, also.
Yes. Happy New Year, everyone. We do not celebrate.
We don't celebrate almost anything. We suck. I have more than 30 minutes worth of questions, though. Well,
oh, no.
Whoa, calm down.
Daniel, it's been so long.
I know, Daniel, what's up?
Like
I'm wearing. Well,
what'd you do?
Touch the button. I'm wearing pants from you.
You just did like the outfit. The outfit.
Is that? Do I have to do this?
You could do that. Some people do this. Some people do that.
All
right. Good job.
Man, I'm losing it. So it's
Just
order week
start.
officially. It ends on the 8th, or when we fill up on slots. I had something else I wanted to say with this. Oh, hats are going away forever. So this is the last.
Mix my pants again.
Oh,
Put it in your pants, Daniel.
That's the last chance for hats.
Last chance
ever.
for hats ever. If you want a hat, now is the time to order it. Also, if you wanted a bag in natural.
Oh yeah, that's what we forgot to talk about last time.
I know, that's why I made sure to talk about it this time. If you wanted a bag in natural, which is like the natural veg, which is, Nick is going to grab a piece of it, I think. I'm not sure, maybe not. Yes, he is. So you guys can see what that looks like. But if you wanted a bag in that color, this is your last chance to order a bag in natural.
So it's our latest color.
Yeah, we will still have it to do our two-tone bags, like
for the Luna and Mini Luna.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And if we do any other two-tone bags in the future, maybe.
What?
I don't know what could happen. Okay. I didn't have plans for it.
Well, that sounded like you had something in your head that someone didn't discuss yet.
No. There's way too much going on for me to be thinking about that. But yeah, so if you wanted a bag in that color, this is definitely your last chance to order that color.
Yeah, we need to make room for another color and, yeah, kind of simplify some things, which is
we've got a lot
my New Year's resolution that I didn't tell anyone or myself yet.
Or me.
Or you.
Which greatly affects me, but that's fine. That's right. Okay.
Do you want to talk about this?
Yes.
Do it.
So, yeah. As you guys know, we have the milled collection that's going to be dropping. So I've started just kind of like working that out. You guys also know that we changed the top handle for the mini Chloe as well as our Boweries to be a rolled handle. And so in doing that, we prototyped out the mini Bowery in milled. I can hear myself on that. With the rolled handles. So you can see the handles are rolled.
Look at them.
So this is going to be the first one that we're going to be putting up for pre-order at some point in time. Nick has the schedule all worked out. I just don't know what it is.
So I'm trying to do something a little bit different with this. So I think what we're going to end up doing is putting up the spring 2024 pre-order as a page, as a collection, and then we'll have them milled under that. And I think I want to put them all, we're doing 6 designs for milled, so I want to put them all up at the same time and just have it out there. And then you can sign up to be notified when they go live in February.
Right. When he says put them all up, he means like you can
Look at them.
Look at them before they are available to pre-order.
And the way that'll work is it'll probably be, there's 6 designs. So the mini battery, I'll take pictures of that, and those pictures will go up. And then the other ones will have just images of like the actual milled leather.
Right.
Because they're known designs. You guys know what they look like.
Right.
And then once we prototype them, we'll
put
upload
the
pictures.
images up. Yeah.
So.
And we'll try to get some photo shoots in there and all that jazz.
This is always such a weird time of year for photo shoots. Even though I
is.
do really like the way nature looks right now. I feel like getting out to the fields is tough.
And it's freezing cold, so fun time.
Leanne loves to be cold.
And
Fun
I'm pretty
fact.
much cold all the time anyway, so I think we go to the greenhouse, right? Greenhouse.
I guess.
We still have their Longwood Gardens.
Don't tell them. We're not allowed to do that.
We don't ever take pictures at Longwood Gardens.
We only have like once, like Candid.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what it looks like with the rolled handles for the milled. They're really fun to make. And in case you guys didn't miss it, last week we're going to be putting rolled handles on all mini Boweries and Boweries and mini Chloes going forward. And it's not really filler, but the material that is inside to make it rolled is leather. A lot of people
leather.
Yeah, it's all leather. A lot of people will put rope inside there or rubber.
Rubber?
Yes.
Huh.
I was actually looking into it the other day.
Learn
Like,
something.
what other materials do people? It's a lot of rubber. Ours is leather, all
Small
leather.
aquariums.
So tiny fish in there.
So
yeah.
all the regular Boweries will come with rolled handles now.
Yep.
Not milled. They'll be
Yeah.
a regular veg.
Sorry, YouTube. I'm not doing a good job at showing both cameras.
And you said the mini Chloe too, right? Because we talked
Yes,
about
I
that.
did.
Okay. Yeah, the update to that, I don't know. I just think it makes sense. It looks great.
It definitely does. It feels really, really good to hold. As I keep doing it over and over again.
Making everyone uncomfortable.
That's what I do.
Hope you had a good holiday. And New Year's question, how do you start a new bag design? Do you start designing on the computer before you move to a pattern, then leather? Great question.
It is a really good question. So the way I tend to work is I will think about a bag for quite a long time in my head, kind of try to work out how I actually will put it together, because a lot of like the physical patterning and putting it together is like the designing, like a lot of designing goes into that. Obviously there's the whole sketching process too, and just like drawing a sketch of like what a bag could look like is one thing, but then figuring out how it's actually going to be made is another part of the process.
Yep.
So once I kind of work that out in my head, I'll do a bunch of sketches. I'll start to work out, drawing out some details like how things will attach, that sort of thing.
Yeah, because you learn sometimes it's almost impossible to create the design you thought of by the steps, like
totally, yeah.
with a sewing machine.
Yeah, and like the sewing machine, while it's great, does also give you some limitations on what you can do. And yeah, so I'll work that out, and then I actually pattern on paper. Everything I do, I pattern fully on manila, like cardstock, like oak tag.
Legal size.
Yeah, I actually just go to Staples and buy a bunch of legal folders, to be honest, because it's really cheap. Yeah, so I do everything on that.
If you get it in a roll, it gets weird.
Yeah,
And
I prefer not to get a roll because
kind of a
then
shame.
it's all bendy. And also, I work on a big table with a big cutting mat that has a grid on it, but I actually put another cutting mat on top of that that has a much tighter grid on it that's very accurate. So I I'm putting my pattern weights down with a ruler and pencil, and I just go that way. The reason I like to pattern like that is just because patterning on the computer, you tend to lose sense of like how big or small things are proportionate to your body, just because you're zooming in and out all the time. The screen, you're not really seeing it at full size, even though we have like a giant monitor. It's just how I prefer to work. So then once I kind of feel like I worked my pattern out, I work it, I make the bag in the leather that we plan to make it in. Typically it will take me anywhere from 1 to 3 prototypes before I really have it.
There's all sorts of methods. Some people choose to make it in a different material.
Because it's cheaper.
They'll they could 3D print it if you really wanted to. Yeah.
But yeah, I like to work in the material that I'm going to make it in because I just feel like it there's less chance of like it not working when I go to make it in the leather because I've already done it.
If you were like a sloppier designer, you probably would want to save money by like if you needed to make 10 iterations, you probably would make the first 5 or 6 in a different material and then go to your leather. Or you could do like maybe a cheaper leather if you really wanted to.
Right.
But there really isn't a substitute for working with the material that it's going to be in its final form.
Yeah. Excuse me. And then from there, once that's like set in stone, we're going to do this design, it's ready to go. I'll take my pattern pieces, and recently I've been scanning them and then bringing them into Illustrator and making vector files to send to a company that we work with to get dies made, because it's just, especially if if you're really good about a design. Sometimes we wait a while before.
Daniel went to visit his wife's family in rural Indiana.
Ooh, fun.
And was using the dead tall grass for for photos.
Yes, there's lots of that around here.
Yeah, there's something about it's like it's sharp. It's a really cool texture against like a softer, I agree. And I never really thought of nature in its winter form for photos until we started doing this.
Yeah, I agree.
And it really does make a cool backdrop for most things.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Plus, you get a lot of overcast days this time of year, which is really good for photos.
Makes it easier.
Yeah.
Oh. Do you get your dyes for cutting? Where do you get your dyes? We use a company called Texas Custom Dyes. They're in Texas. But I always recommend trying to find a local place for you, near you, because shipping sharp, heavy items can be expensive. So if you have a local shop to help you, they're great. We like these because they're steel rule dyes, and you can see through them. There's lots of alternatives. These are expensive. There are more expensive ones, but they're not cheap.
You can get them with like plastic inside or wood inside. We prefer to have them open so that you can see the leather that you're cutting, because obviously leather is a natural material. It has scars, it has fat lines, things like that sometimes you want to avoid. So
I have a big clump in my yard and use it for picks constantly. Oh, grass. Yeah, you do. The grasses. Jamie.
Yeah, we planted a bunch that is just not big enough yet.
No, they're not. Sorry, I kind of interrupted you a little.
That's okay. I was just talking about patterning, I think.
And it's gone.
I mean, I think I said it all.
Okay. I forgot to mention this before. For the pre-orders for the milled, like the Chloe's, we're going to do 10.
Oh, yeah.
So 10 of each design are going to be available for pre-order.
Right.
Otherwise,
especially for these, honestly, I feel like they're definitely going to be more time-consuming for me to do, because I don't know, we didn't mention it today, but they're fully lined as well.
Oh, right.
So like the interior is all milled leather.
Hold it up.
Oh, sorry, YouTube. I really just do that all the time.
I know.
It's all milled leather. So they are more time-consuming for me to do. Even just simply doing the rolled handles, it's much more difficult because the leather is stretchier, because it's that pebbly texture. It's much softer and supple, so which is sometimes easier to work with, and then sometimes also more difficult to work with. So
that was the other reason. Excuse me. Like, we have to be able to fit everything with our regular orders in, and that's the other reason why we wanted to do the
limited number.
Not just put up the page so you can sign up to be notified when it comes up.
Right. Right. Yeah. So along with being able to see the bags and the colors and all that stuff, you can sign up to be notified as soon as it becomes available. Especially because there's only going to be 10 slots.
Yeah.
We know they're going to go quickly. So you guys are probably going to want to get on that.
So the way it's looking, we're going to do milds first. And then I think we're going to move to, did we do the big, like the one Sally? Or do you want to do?
Oh, the new design?
Yeah. or do we want to do the new color milled and then new color not milled? We got a lot of crazy things happening.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't know if get your answer
I kind of think it's going to be milled, new color milled, new design, new color not milled.
I'm not following you, so I'm sure no one else is.
That's fine. All right. That's for me to figure out.
I believe you. Interesting.
What else we got?
Daniel says, I'm very much against using muslin to prototype clothes for production purposes.
Yeah.
The material today changes the way the finished product looks. Plus, you can dial in the machine before final. Exactly.
That's true.
Yes, that's exactly right. And I would imagine, too, like, it would change even, like, your seam allowance and all kinds of things, just because the material is much thicker. How do you digitize your patterns?
Someone's laughing at us for some reason.
That's because I'm hilarious. We don't actually have a scanner, which we need to get one, but I just go to Staples and they have big format scanners there, and I just scan all my paper patterns and then bring them into Illustrator and make, just go on top of them.
Yeah.
With a vector image.
Somebody asked what you're working on. You're working on a big tan Luna.
Solid tan Luna.
Solid tan Luna.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I guess so. We have a prototype Chloe for anyone that might be interested. It has a shorter drop.
Handle drop.
It's the very first one that Leanne made.
Yes.
Talking about design iterations.
Ta-da! So where can people find this to purchase?
I was trying to I think what we did last time worked pretty well. If you are interested in this, it's the same cost as our regular Chloe.
Mm-hmm.
Just send us a DM, and the first person gets it. That's what we did last time.
A very cute bag. I love it. I mean, obviously, I love the Chloe, so.
Put your arm through it. Whoa. Look at that technology.
Yeah, so if you guys are interested in purchasing this prototype, it's one of a kind. There's no other one that has the same handle drop.
It doesn't have a logo.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's the only thing that's like different.
And
Besides
there's not
the
really a
handle.
way for us to get it on there at this point.
No, we can't add one.
I think.
Unless we get like this crazy clamp.
I don't think there's a way to do that.
Thanks
But
for
yeah,
the
just
ideas
DM
and
us.
pointers. Cool. Oh, the other thing about when we do the new color, we're doing it for the first time. We're doing a limited run, so the pre-order is going to be the only time that's available. It won't be coming back.
What? Say it again.
When we do
I'm
the
sick,
when we do
guys.
the new color,
Yes.
it goes away after the pre-order. So like that's the only time for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's on first?
Not me. On the stands.
Handwrite
taking a
your
nap.
logo on the inside. Good idea, Lance.
Actually, not a bad idea. Yeah.
One of one. We could sign it.
Yeah, we could do it. We could totally do that. It's actually a good idea. I like that.
So I'm halfway through my first book of the year, and the personal MBA.
You're so much better at looking at the YouTube camera than I am.
And I highly recommend this book. It has everything so concisely like written, and it gives you like a lot of points. You should literally take notes next to it, and then you can do deeper dives into stuff. But this has like all of the kind of wisdom that I feel like I've learned through like my other jobs and doing our own business. And I found this is great. I'm only halfway through, so I'm pretty excited to see what happens next. Plot twist: you start a business.
Oh boy.
But yeah, it's by Josh Kaufman.
It's an international bestseller.
It was funny at the very beginning. I'm like reading it. I'm like, this guy. It feels like I'm talking to myself. Maybe that's why I like it.
That's that sounds right.
But like he was like, I'm not going to business school. I'll just learn it. Like I'll absorb as many books as I possibly can and learn it on the job.
Totally sounds like
And
an answer.
then I'll write a book about it.
There you go. Maybe you should.
No, I'm not.
Have you ever thought about serial numbers?
We have. We
Yeah,
know
we've
there's
talked
some
about
companies
doing
that do something similar.
It is a cool idea.
We haven't found like an idea that we truly like, but I think that could be something we eventually would do. I kind of don't like the idea of like doing like a piece of leather with a number on it and like sewing it on. I don't know. We have to think about it.
Yeah.
But I really like the idea.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the timer situation? 10 minutes exactly right now.
Need to prioritize questions in
9:59.
order of ridiculousness. Oh my gosh.
So, whoop. Didn't realize we were, okay, now we're back.
Okay.
What else are we doing?
I don't know. I think that's everything on your list, right?
We got it out. It's question time. Daniel,
it's question
go.
time. Go.
We
I thought
did.
there was something else.
What?
Good. No,
What?
go ahead.
Huh? What?
I don't know.
Now it's gonna be weird.
Like it was.
Where would you start with serial numbers? You know what? I probably would look back on how many bags we've sold, and then start there, because we could start at 0001,
But that would be a lie.
but that would be a lie. So I would probably go back and figure out total number of bags and start there, and then, you know, when they write the book about us, that would be the official number one.
Okay.
No books.
I mean, that would be cool,
That would be cool.
but seems doubtful.
They spend a lot of time in their basement.
I sure do.
It's not a lot to know.
It's just a basement troll making bags.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. 8 minutes and 27 seconds.
We're doing great.
We are. We did really good.
I'm trying to. I feel like my brain's not working correctly, so I really don't know.
You don't
I feel
know
like
what?
I'm forgetting something that I'm supposed to talk about. Nick cut out the first bag in the new color.
Oh, yeah, I did.
So it's
Yesterday.
exciting. So now we're waiting on thread and edge paint to come in. And then I can get going on that, which will be exciting.
Just change the business name and then you can start at one. That's
Ah.
we're not doing this right now, but we've talked about
Changing the business
what-
name.
if we had another name, what it would be, or if we were thinking about changing our name, what would it be?
Mm-hmm.
Not that we don't like our name, but if our business or customer changed so drastically that we needed to rebrand, where would we be?
I had one the other day.
A name?
Yeah,
Then you lost it.
I did. No, I know it starts with an R.
Rah, rah, rah. When do we get a full basement shop tour?
There is one
Lol.
on our YouTube.
Let's compare dungeons. We do have one. I mean, it's probably changed pretty drastically.
I was gonna say it's definitely changed since.
Maybe we'll clean up one time after
Yeah.
I get all
I
this
do
scrap
have-
leather like boxed up. Maybe.
That's a good idea. Maybe then you can force me to work on the back wall because I really.
I know. I was thinking about that yesterday and the day before.
I think we also, if you could set up a light over there for me. The lighting isn't great for selfies in that mirror.
There's a light right there. Yes, I can do that.
Okay, that would be really helpful. And then I can hang them. I'd actually like to hang the mirror up on the wall and like
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Put-
Yeah, I guess.
put bags.
guess. We need enough bags to put up there.
I know.
I was thinking about sneaking extras into your into your batches. I told you now I can't do that. But,
That is so mean.
and just leaving them
Don't
up there. Don't do that.
do that.
There's so many orders.
Do not do that to me.
All right, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Lives are weird when it's just me by myself. The two-person dynamic seems more fun. Oh yeah, if it
It's
was
definitely more fun and less stressful.
yeah.
When we first started doing it, it was just me doing it, and
I was stressed for you.
would get stomach aches because I was very stressed. Well, plus the whole time I was like just sewing and like I didn't know what to say.
Well, we probably didn't have much to even talk about at that point.
Nope.
And all the one person that was watching you.
And I just really didn't want to mess up on camera more than anything else. And I was like
Be on the internet forever.
climbing up onto the table to hand cut everything out.
They'll know we're not perfect.
It was a lot going on.
Willow and Flesh? Ooh.
Ew.
No, that's a terrible name, Daniel. That would be like, I don't even know what to call. I don't know. I got nothing.
I wish I could remember the word I thought of yesterday.
Can you show the wallet inside? And is it possible to make it bigger? Do we have... I sent that one. Oh, there's a tan one. Can you get the tan one on the...
I mean, I can grab mine.
Can you get the tan one?
But the tan one is a prototype. Doesn't have the right button on it.
The one that's with the cutout pieces, because that's part of it. That's a two-part of an order. To your left.
Oh.
There we go.
And then where's my Sally?
Where's your Sally? I don't know. Where'd you put it?
It was up there.
Are you talking about the Betty or the? We're gonna. I think you're talking
I
about
thought
the
we
Betty.
would just show both, but where is my Sally?
So, whoops. So we don't usually change sizes of things. So to first enter that. Did you lose your bag?
Yeah.
Did you bring it upstairs?
No.
Have you worn it recently?
No. Unless, you know what? It might be in here. Because I did design this to hold that. No, it's not. Where is it?
Is it inside something else?
I don't think so.
Leanne lost her bag.
Oh, wait, it's flat. I'm too short.
Yeah, she's too short to see. It's up high. That's
Sounds
my problem with lives too, Daniel. Yeah, I think.
That was good. Good,
So, a little tip. I write out like just notes to myself,
Beforehand.
so I at least have something to look at, so it's not 100% weird. And I also,
so
I didn't do it this time, but I also generally try to have like one thing I want to talk about, maybe at length, so that I can just default back to that if it gets weird.
Things go off the rails.
You should almost pretend like no one's watching you, and by that I mean don't expect questions. Like have enough like bullet points to talk about,
Content.
you know, whatever time period you want to do. That's why our 2 hours marathon ones got so ridiculous, because it just ended up being like a
marathon.
personal podcast with whoever was on here, which is cool. But I really want to do a rebrand, but it's so daunting. Do you want to show this, Sally? Yeah, rebrands.
Did she say Sally or Betty?
I didn't get there yet, I don't
Okay.
think. Rebranding makes sense if what you're doing isn't working, or if you're trying to reach a different customer, or if your brand or your customer has changed so drastically that it needs to be different. So it's not, you can also tweak your brand slowly over time to the place where you want it to go, and still remain true to yourself and where you came from if it's not that different from where you are, if that makes sense. It's just me staring at the camera waiting for people to ask questions. Yeah. See, that gets awkward for everyone. Here, go with that before we go there.
Oh, okay. So this is the Betty wallet. It's
2 minutes.
It's just meant to hold cards. So it looks like on the inside. And it has 2 sleeves for cards. See some there, some there. I think I use this. This one's not personally mine, but I have this exact same wallet that I use every day. And I fit, I think, about 14 cards in there total.
So there's
7
enough
in
for
each
like,
slot.
if you have like 7 cards, you can use the other one for
And sometimes
cash if you want,
I
if you
put
fold it.
cash. I put cash in there.
I don't know
all the
how
time.
much cash people carry.
Once in a while, I'll put a 20 in there or something.
Every time, I've hidden money in my car like throughout my life, and like whenever I've needed it, like for a toll,
Yeah.
I've never known where it is, and then I find it, and then I spend it because I'm like, I'm not gonna find it anyway.
Yeah, but this
True story.
is our Betty wallet. Sorry YouTube, I did it again.
Here's
Really
half of a
good.
design, guys. Whoa.
There you go. It's hard for me to show. I should probably just grab mine because you can actually see the cards in there. But there's 2 slots for cards. Again, I fit like 14 cards. Okay, so this
Have
is.
you ever thought of doing some tips and tricks videos for sewing with the class 26? I haven't. Have you?
Have I?
Yeah.
No.
It's like, I don't think of the content ideas.
No. And then.
I think there's a lot out there for the 26.
Yeah. What's that guy's name? Al.
Van Plu and Al Bain
That's it.
have some videos. Is there something specific you wanted to?
Yeah, we always are open to answering questions. We answer people's questions all the time about it. But if there's a specific question you have about it,
I've seen the Skinner live. You do just fine. Yeah,
see?
Daniel, you have a great voice, whether you know that or not.
Yeah.
And you're very knowledgeable.
And you have like a million cool machines that no one knows what they do.
Yeah,
So.
you win. Oh, someone bought a badge. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So here's the mini
Contemporary.
Mills.
With Prairie. I like it.
Bowery, and then is that helpful?
We're behind.
And then I can show you the Sally, which is the larger wallet.
What's your #1 business goal this year? Like overarching mantra for 2024? It's always like a combination of repeat
What we've done.
what we've done, and
Oh, that scared me. I was like, something's on fire.
all right, that's our cutoff. Bye.
No.
So it's always a combination of repeating success from last year and then building on it. So one of the things I want to do, which is super boring, ready? We were trying to reduce our expenses during our busy time, and so that everything is just very smooth for this year. Such a boring thing, but I think it's kind of a discipline we need to figure out to grow.
Yeah. I want to get us more press.
You want to get what?
I want to get us more press.
More press. Yeah, we did a very bad job of 2023 of trying to get
Yeah.
press.
Any sort of press.
Any press.
Yeah.
I think we got 2.
Which we did nothing to get.
No, we did not. So let me write that down.
Thank you. Here's the Sally. It comes with a crossbody strap.
That doesn't mean
Leather dust
that
on
means
there.
maintaining quality standards across the board. I just want to be clear there, because I think when people might assume like,
No,
we're gonna get the cheapest thing possible and sell it.
No, it's not that at
That's
all.
not what it is.
It's more like, let's not buy any machinery because we don't need any.
Yeah.
Like,
I kind of said that to myself last year, but didn't work out.
Yeah. So this is the Sally. It comes with a crossbody strap as well. This one's mine. We'll go on the back. Inside, it's got 3 card slots. You can definitely fit more than 1 card in each slot. It's got a back pocket and a zipper pocket in the middle. And this is where the strap goes through.
Why did you choose KS blade instead of Cinnabrook? We actually had both.
We did.
And
I think it mimicked the sewing machine the best.
yeah, it just what they're both great. They're both great brands.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with the other brands.
We just liked the KS blade better because it mimicked like almost exactly the ones we were using before.
Yeah, and it mimics the stitches that our sewing machine makes the best, I felt like. Because we don't do a ton of hand stitching, but we do hand stitching on almost every bag in some place.
Some smalls.
So we wanted to match as well as we can.
Yeah, they're both great.
Yeah.
Can't really go wrong.
Yeah.
I write stuff out that I want to talk about, then I feel like a news reporter reading off the page. Yeah, that's why you write bullet points to remind yourself to talk about, not just, it was a cold day on January 4th.
No, that's not how you go. Breaking news.
Oh, see, I'm not a news reporter.
Oh, I could totally.
All right, last call for questions, and then we're
And
out.
then we're out of here.
Can you guys please show how we can make a combination of both garment bag and a duffel bag?
Garment bag.
So like
I know what
a garment bag?
is. Yeah. I've never made a garment bag duffel bag before, so I don't really think I can.
Out of leather?
That would be a very heavy bag.
That would be very protective.
It
Not
would.
very water resistant though.
It would be water resistant. It just would
Yeah.
stay. I mean, it's leather, so.
Which Cobra sewing machine do you use? This is the Class 26.
Oh, and then here's a comparison of the 2.
I'm taking the slow rebrand approach. I'll have to consult with Nick once I get the ideas fully nailed down. Dude, you know I'm here
Always.
for that all the time. Stop it. I'm going to start thinking.
Oh no. Make him think. 'Cause he leaves me alone when he's
I know.
thinking.
Yeah. When I was doing that, Leanne was like, "This is great. you're busy, like 100% busy and occupied, and you're not bugging me.
It was wonderful.
She loved
Should we
it.
talk about that?
What?
What you've been doing?
I don't know. I guess.
I don't see
You can talk about it.
Okay. So we get a lot of people asking us business questions all the time, especially when we do our lives, but also in our DMs and things like that as well.
DMs?
Now DMs. And so Nick was playing with the idea of doing consulting work for small businesses, specifically for makers. And in order to try to figure out, like, if he liked doing that sort of thing, if it made sense, like where he could actually help people out, he reached out to how many of our friends? 4 or 5 of our maker friends who have a small business, and consulted with them and helped them with their business, making different business decisions and changes to their business in order to become more profitable, things like that. And we've actually already had some of them telling us the success that they've had from that, which has been awesome. So I think it's a place where we would love to move into. I don't know that we know exactly
like how to do
to
it.
then, like, yeah, how to make it happen in a way that's,
I think,
like, how do we reach those people and that sort of thing. So
I think specifically makers have the problem of being too inside their business to have the big scope to draw out the long plans.
And that is something that Nick is extremely good at.
That's what I do.
And has, it's obviously worked really well for our business. And so to be able to do that for other people so far would be great.
Yeah. I find a lot of, I don't know what the word is.
Satisfaction?
Satisfaction. And that's something I really enjoy. And it sounds probably funny to think about staring at numbers, but like all those numbers tell a story, and once you understand what your story is, you can direct it in different ways. And that's the fun part to me, like the possibilities of what you have in front of you. It's a lot of work, and it's hard, and you got to be really dedicated to like making changes, because if we're talking and there's something not working, there's a reason we're talking, right? So you have to be flexible to be like, all right, I have to drop these things because they're not working, and I'm willing to do these other things to try them to see if it's going to be successful for my direction.
Yeah, and I do think that is something that we could also do together. Because we did work on some parts of it together, especially when it comes to.
Well, I'm not going to not tap useful knowledge right next to me in this marriage.
So, something that I think we'd really like to break into in the future, and just trying to figure out how to now make that happen.
When you're wearing one of your bags out and people ask you where you got it, do you hand them a business card? I feel so cheesy.
Usually,
sometimes.
Yeah, it depends on who the person is, and if they're really that interested. But usually I just say, oh, I actually made it, and then I will say, like, my husband and I have a leather goods business, and then we'll talk about the bag. If they seem super interested, I'll hand them a card. Yeah.
But if someone goes, oh.
But the trick is like, given a lot of my friends who have got bags from us, I give them like a stack of cards, and then they come back to me when they're out, and then give them more.
I don't even know what the machines do half the time.
Is that what Daniel said?
Yeah. You both got married. We did.
To each other.
A long time ago. How's the garden going? Funny enough, I just dropped a bunch of leaves on top of it this morning. Almost had a small heart attack. Thanks for sharing the wallet.
That was helpful.
All right, there's another question. There are so few resources for maker businesses. All the business advice is for like SAS businesses. I know, that's...
What's SAS mean?
My brain just stopped. So,
that's what it means.
It's a service business.
Or
dropshipping. It's annoying. I think that's that's why it's so hard too. Like makers, there's not a lot of resources. Because you're doing 2 jobs. You're manufacturing, and you're also like retail, marketing, sales.
Jobs.
Like you're multiple jobs. You're doing it all. So like you have to source the materials. You have to set prices. You have to do all the stuff.
Make the
so
decisions.
when you're making like we'll say a digital product, for example, you make it once and then you sell it, sell it, sell it. That's less work up front, or more work up front and then pay off later.
Yeah, yeah.
Makers, it's just continual because you have to produce. But yeah, I agree. And drop shipping became so big.
Is it still big?
It probably is.
Okay.
If you you probably don't know you're getting something drop shipped, and then you know what I mean.
Yeah,
But nowadays, everything on Amazon is drop shipped, right? All those weird name companies are just drop shipped.
Yeah, it freaks me out to order on Amazon now.
So I think there's a lack of trust, and that's good for us makers.
That's true.
Because people are coming back to things that are
that
higher quality, better made, and all that stuff. My mantra for this year is working on the business, not working in the business. Yeah, that's the continual challenge.
Yeah.
Hook me up. Would love to help spread that help to makers. Great idea. Awesome. Thanks, Leather Hour.
Yay. Yeah, that would be awesome.
And I think, just real quick, for me, it's best if there's someone who has been in business for at least a year. 2 years is great.
Yeah.
With enough information to help you. I can certainly help somebody just starting, but it's all speculation, just like any business is. So having some raw data is super helpful. If you have an e-commerce store, that's in my opinion is the best. I'm most familiar with what we use, which is Shopify. I have looked at other platforms with data. But I think there's a lot of tools within Shopify that can help you. And we have there's the most
Different
inexpensive
levels.
level, and then we have the one up, I think, and it has more reporting.
Yeah. Which is helpful to you.
Which is super helpful to me. Yeah. And it's fun.
Is there more things over there?
Just a thank you. All right, we're really leaving because I think that was the end of the questions, and we're already over.
Okay.
By
all right, bye guys.
12 minutes.
We will see you here next week.
Next week?
Same time, same place.
Same time, same place. Same 30 minutes.
Yep, DM us again if you're interested in purchasing this beautiful Chloe prototype. Nothing wrong with it, just a different handle drop.
See you next week.
Bye guys.
Handle drop.
Handle drop.